The Seahawks head out to take on the Green Bay Packers in their penultimate road game of 2016. Seattle is looking for their 5th win in 6 games when they take on the Packers, who are on a recent hot streak.
A team that's really hitting it. They've really turned their season around, and they're fired up about it and looking good, and had a couple great games in a row, looking sharp, and we can see all the best. When we see these guys, we only see the best that they've ever had, because we can't see it any other way. And Aaron's doing it, and Jordy's doing it, and it just looks like the Packer teams that we've seen. And so our guys are fired up about it. Looking forward to a good matchup.
Green Bay has struggled at times this year, recently posting a 4-game losing streak prior to their current run of back-to-back wins.
The first thing that jumps out is we're doing a better job in the turnover ratio, particularly the last 2 games. And we lost one against Houston there down on the goal line, but we've been +1 and even. So we're not in that negative category that we've been in, the majority of those losses. So really it really starts with taking care of that football and taking it away. So I think that's the first part, and I think we're doing a better job playing to one another's strengths. I mean, every team takes a different path each and every year, and that path can change based on the health of your team.
It's easier to handle challenges like that when you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. For QB Aaron Rodgers, he's found success against opposing defenses before the ball is even snapped.
He's more mobile than people ever give him credit for, and he plays for the scramble. A lot of times he'll have a guy open and he'll play for the scramble to try to make it a bigger play, or they'll do the double count thing, and since people don't know the rules about double counts and jumping off sides and things like that and free plays, once again we'll give them Aaron Rodgers makes a living off of free plays, and he's one of the most adept at it probably in league history at drawing people off sides.
The Seahawks will look to counter that and win at the line of scrimmage thanks to the versatile personnel they have in the pass rush, which currently ranks 4th in the NFL in sacks.
It is a quick group. We get big when we use Rue and Jaron Reed and Big T-Mac. Those guys get in there and they can fill up a lot of space in there. But when we do go to the pass rush time, we're very athletic, and there's a lot of flexibility in where the guys can play. They all can play inside and outside, and we use them accordingly, based on game plan and matchups and stuff like that. And so it gives us a lot of flexibility.
Seattle is coming off their best offensive performance of the year, and this week they'll try to take advantage of a defense that is dealing with injuries. Linebacker Nick Perry, the Packers sack leader, has been ruled out with a hand injury, and all-pro linebacker Clay Matthews has been hampered with a shoulder injury.
We have to find out how they're going to use him. I mean, they've been using him as that stack backer. They've also been using him in his normal defensive end spot. They move him around quite a bit. I mean, he'll be lined up in the interior as well. I know that he's not 100%, and I mean that's a factor for them as well, and for us. So we'll monitor it and watch it and see how it plays out.
I think they're a very great team. Of course, they've been dealing with injuries and stuff like that, but it's just like every other team. And, I think they did a great job playing in the snow last week against the Texans. I mean, it's kind of hard to play under those conditions, but I think they did a good job, and I think that it's going to be similar conditions again when we play them again on Sunday, so they're going to be used to it. But I think we'll be all right. I think it's going to be a great game like always. They beat us last year, so it's going to be a good one.
The weather has been a topic of conversation, with snowfall possible and the high temperature only in the 20s at kickoff. The Seahawks have a game plan to deal with the snow if necessary.
It will probably be coming down knowing the state of Wisconsin, it'll probably be snowing pretty good. So nothing really changes. You just have to protect the ball in terms of running it. Same thing with throwing it too. But at the same time, you still have to have that aggressive mentality and make our plays. And it's always harder, in my opinion, for the defense, really, actually, because we know where we're going, they don't. And so in terms of our runs, in terms of our passes, you want to take advantage of that.
Whatever the number says on the thermometer, the Seahawks have been saying all week long that there is no way it will be as cold as the NFC wildcard game they played in against the Vikings last year. Well, the Packers, they're trying to stay above 500, currently sitting at 6-6 on the season. Kickoff is set for 1:25 p.m. Pacific. You can watch it locally on Q13 Fox, or as always, listen to it on the Seahawks Radio Network.